Hall of Fame shit, nigga. Keep it, come on, get out there, get out there. Good catch, my boy. 5 Unit Nation, man, number one, man.
Oh my God, run this shit up, man. Let's go home. We found.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of SGDS Same Goes Different Struggle Podcast. This is episode number 89. I am your host, AJ. If you have never heard of me before, I talk politics, sports, music, relationship, a little bit of everything. Please like, subscribe, clip, whatever you got to do, man. I appreciate all the support out here, man. Let's go ahead and get started, man. If you've been on a fucking rock somewhere, if you have not heard, Trump and fucking did what he did some bullshit, y'all. He didn't capture Venezuela's president and the goddamn wife. I'm gonna play some videos real quick. Well, not even real quick. I'm gonna play some videos of what happened yesterday. But before I do that, man, I'm gonna let y'all know, man, this is like, because I've been seeing different type of videos. You got us, I think, in the U.S. that is, I guess, trying to, I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing in the U.S. because in Venezuela, I've seen videos of them protesting and being happy. Not even protest, I'm sorry. Being happy that the president is gone. Then over here, we're protesting about it. You got the Democrats, Kamala Harris saying that, that Trump's this, and that. But let's get this shit understood, bro. I don't give a damn. No, I don't mean I don't give a damn. I'm not finna play that game where the Democrats want to act all innocent because Barack fucking killed Gaddafi or Libya. And he was over here trying to help black people, send money over here for black people. He was gonna apparently give money, I think over $1 billion to Minister Farrakhan, who, like I said, I'm not even a big fan of. And what's crazy is I was talking because I believe if you have read up on Minister Farrakhan and how he felt about Malcolm X at that time, I just felt like it was all some bullshit and a setup to kill Malcolm. And the Nation of Islam was in bed with not only a lot of powerful people. It's like, bro, all this shit is the same game that they playing. They've been doing this shit for years, bro. Trump can sit up here and capture this man because he's saying, at first, he was saying that they kept sending drugs over here, fentanyl and stuff. I promise y'all this. Fentanyl ain't finna stop coming over here because fentanyl ain't the only, Venezuela wasn't the only one shipping fentanyl over here. China got a whole bunch of fentanyl. You feel me? So, that's just a whole bunch of game they be running. These politicians be running so many games, and a lot of time, bro, we just be falling for it. This shit was about power, control, and money. That's all this shit is, bro. It's the same game, bro. The same game, bro. They just playing it right in our face. The thing I'll tell you about this, like I've said before, the Democrats like to hide the bullshit that they do behind closed doors. The Republicans, and that's why they like Trump, he gonna put it out there on Front Street what the fuck he's doing. He gonna might lie a little bit, but at the end of the day, if you watch the press conference, he told you they got all the oil. They captured all this oil from Venezuela. Now he's talking about being in control of Venezuela, and they're gonna take over their oil, take over their country, and he's gonna literally sell the oil to all these gas stations, which sounds kind of crazy. But if you see gas prices going down and stuff, you gotta look at it like, damn, okay, that's that. But in our relation, man, we ain't even though it look like we might be benefit off the gas prices, the real players and the ones who benefit is these gas stations and these politicians, bro, and these families and all this shit, bro. Mind you, what they not telling you is this. Guess who's funding this shit? You got still these families, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all these goddamn, like I've been saying forever and ever, that have been funding all the shit that Trump was doing. Because you gotta look at it like this. Venezuela ain't the only one. I could pull up, before I start the video, let's pull up some shit. I think I don't even know. Nah, it ain't come through. Fuck it. Venezuela ain't the only one with oil that we could have went. But Venezuela don't have the type of army to then have the type of army to back this shit as far as defending themselves. Because look at it like this, bro. You don't see Trump going into China doing that shit. You don't see him going into Russia doing that shit. So all that shit they be talking, bro, he gonna pick on the Americas ain't nothing but some big ass bullies. They gonna pick on the little ones. They knew Venezuela had this oil, and they try to distract us by saying that they was doing it or fucking with Venezuela because of fentanyl. That was a goddamn lie. But let me get started on these videos real quick, and then we'll go into the bullshit the news been talking about, and then I'll keep going from there. What video is this?
It was slightly busy, I would say. It was very dark all over, especially in Venezuela. The team did an incredible job. They rehearsed and practiced like nobody's ever seen. And I was told by real military people that there's no other country on earth that can do such a maneuver. If you would have seen what happened, I mean, I watched it literally like I was watching a television show. And if you would have seen the speed, the violence, they say that, the speed, the violence, they use that term. It was an amazing thing, an amazing job that these people did. There's nobody else could have done it, seen anything like this. I was able to watch it in real time, and I watched every aspect of it, and I listened to the communication between, where we were in Florida and out in the field in Venezuela. And it was amazing to see the professionalism, General Raisin Kane is fantastic. Don't forget, we did another one not so long ago. It was called the knocking out of the Iranian nuclear threat, the nuclear power. And that was unbelievable what they did there. And this is something that, I don't know, it's amazing. And to have a few injuries, but no death on our side is really amazing. Compare this to Afghanistan, where we were a laughing stock all over the world. We're not a laughing stock anymore. No, we have the greatest military in the world by far. We have the greatest military equipment in the world by far. And you had to see this in real time. You had to see this, the professionalism and the bravery, everything about it. And you almost couldn't hold them back. It was like they wanted to go so badly. And most people would have said, I'll take a pass. I know that Charlie.
See, that's that bullshit, bro. And that's why I'm saying, bro, like, he's speaking for the military, but who knows how these people in the military, they probably feeling like this was putting a whole bunch of bull crap. You feel me? Like, they might have not felt like that. So he might have just be talking.
I know that Charlie would have wanted to go because Charlie's a very brave person. But I know a lot of other people would have said, I think I'll pass on this one. Let's watch it on television.
Yeah,
so it's been amazing to see how good they were, how professional they were, how incredible the equipment we have is. I mean, the level of equipment and to see how it worked so perfectly. And if you compare this to attacks on Iran over the years with helicopters crashing into each other, the whole thing was a mess. The Jimmy Carter situation, which was a mess, and every other situation compared to this, nobody's ever seen like this. Look, the Iranian attack, knocking out their nuclear power was big. We had peace in the Middle East, and we have it. Without that, you could never have peace in the Middle East. We knocked them out, and look what's happening now to Iran, but we knocked it out. That was, it could not have been better. This could not have been better. I don't even know which is, these are both really important. If you think about equal and importance, I wonder how it's going to be rated. But knocking out the nuclear power of, they were ready. They were within 2 months. They would have been a nuclear power. And comparing that to this in a certain different way, I think this might have been actually more complex.
Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to...
Breaking just now, Maduro, the president says, has been captured. Nicolás Maduro, president of Venezuela, has been captured, says President Trump. There will be a news conference at Mar-a-Lago on this at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Let me read you the full statement from the president. Quote, the United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolás Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with the U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump.
So all this happened on Saturday, man. This happened really on Saturday morning. I was going to do a video, but I said I wasn't even in the mood to deal with this shit, bro. Like, it's just always some bullshit going on, man. Like, and it's funny, though, like, bro, black people are considered the bullies, the evil ones, the crooked ones, and all this shit in people's eyes. But we really looking at who really are the motherfucking bullies of America right now. And it's a shame, bro, that we have become this. It's a shame, bro, because you got innocent people that really goddamn are getting hurt and shit like that. Now, I ain't saying that president of Venezuela is easy or not. He crooked as hell, too. You feel me? All these politicians crooked. But the people that get hurt behind it is the ones, like the people in the military, bro. Like, this shit was uncalled for. Now, if Venezuela had an army or had some people behind them and start bombing our ass, shit would been get real around this motherfucker. Like, for real, for real.
Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns are blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. These are cherished people. These are great people. Leave them alone. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast before it's too late. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
Let me ask you something, right? Why they don't do nothing about the Christians that been molesting or the Catholic people that been molesting these kids and shit? Why you don't say nothing about none of all that shit? Why you want to go into the black goddamn country, Nigeria, that's messing with country? Why you want to do? What's really behind that? Nigeria got some oil too? Nigeria, like, it's funny because I just posted this shit and I ain't never really watched Dave Chappelle growing up like that. I only watched the little R. Kelly thing. And I think another episode, but I ain't really watched Dave Chappelle. But it was a funny, like, they clipped it out with Trump and Dave Chappelle, and Dave Chappelle had this shit where he was the president, and they asked him about oil, and that nigga said, oil? Bitch, who said something about cooking? I don't, like, bro, that's how long this shit, and this was when we was kids. That should tell y'all how long this shit been going on, bro. All these presidents part of it. Barack had parts in his shit. All these Barack, Bush, Bill, Biden, they all do dirty shit, bro. They all go over these other countries and try to show they nuts and try to show who's big and bad. And that's why a lot of time Trump was so in the rush to go goddamn make a deal with China and Russia. Because you know damn well Russia and China got the firepower to bomb back on our ass. But Venezuela don't have that. They don't have that goddamn army behind them and shit like that. Probably why they were trying to send that fentanyl shit over here and make deals and all that bullshit, bro. But man, it's just crazy, bro, how this shit, bro, like in this world we're living in, bro, and just like our kids gotta watch this shit, bro. Cause I know my daughter gonna hit me in the few about this shit. Cause she me and her always on this politics shit. I'm gonna play a picture. This is a so-called picture of them capturing the Venezuela dude. I said dude, my bad, y'all. This is the Venezuela president and shit. Then they caught the wife too. Apparently they caught them both in bed and shit like that. But bro, these people in the military only gonna do what the president tell them to do. It don't matter what president is in this motherfucker. Just the same way they went over there to kill Gaddafi, they went over there and killed Osama bin Laden. They gonna do whatever these motherfuckers tell them to do. That's what they signed up for. That's why you would never, ever. I was not built for the military. Not just, I just think the higher power didn't want me to be God. They didn't want me to be in no goddamn shit like this. because he knew it was corrupted and all this bullshit was unwilling. Like, how the fuck you gonna say you a Christian and you believe everybody a God? Like, everybody is God's children, right? But you sitting up here bombing innocent people and doing all this shit, but you ain't gonna tell what you like all the other shit y'all be doing. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's some crooked ass shit, bro. Like, I don't know what Trump doing after the afterlife, but god damn it, boy, I hope that shit be whooping his ass, his old ass, bro. All these presidents that be doing shit and they know what they be doing and they be fucking over everybody. They be benefiting off all these people, and it's so much shit, bro. I want to talk about. Like, I don't even know if I could get it all in one day, bro, because it's like, it's crazy out here, bro. So it says, if America has a documented history of evolving nation for oil, invading nations for oil, overthrowing government, and stealing resources, why are African American blamed for culture violence over individual crime? Ain't that some real shit? Why do we get blamed? And fuck African American, Black Americans. I ain't even finna speak on that, because we ain't like all the rest of y'all that want to be African American, and some of y'all are, that's cool. I'm Black American until I find out anything else, because my people was here. It was already here. It was here when Christopher Columbus brought his ugly Napoleon ass. I mean, whatever white people mix with, man. I'm so fucked up right now. The fuck? It's just sad, bro. Like, it's really sad that we like, I don't even know, bro. Like, it's like I'm lost for words sometimes, bro, about how this country run, bro. And then it's like how can I explain this, bro? You can have a good side to this and you can have an evil side to this. And in politics, bro, you can't even have feelings with this shit, bro. Can't. That's why I say feelings cannot be involved in politics. That's why these people wanted Trump in office, because they knew that shit was gonna go down. They knew how this shit was gonna go down, bro. You know what I mean? They knew what he was capable of, what they was gonna do. They knew he was gonna goddamn get in that motherfucker and start a big ass war. Trump and bombs 8 fucking countries. Let me show y'all how many countries this motherfucker and bomb. 8. I can't even show you the bottom part. I don't even know how to zoom. How do I edit this shit? I can't even edit this goddamn thing so big. But look, 8. Iran, Iraq, Nigeria, Venezuela, Palestine, and a few other ones. 8 in one fucking year. Mind you, and see, that's why I was telling my bro Chris earlier. You see a lot of Democrats starting to get back in this goddamn thing. And I don't believe that's a great thing. But they lose that midterm. I don't know what's gonna happen. This shit gonna get uglier and uglier, bro. Cause you already got Miss Kamala Harris talking shit about what she just said. Let me post this up. Donald Trump action in Venezuela do not make America safer, stronger, or more affordable. Now, I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know what certain shit, but I'm not gonna say it's true. I'm not gonna say it's not true, because, like I said, oil prices have gone down. I'm just being honest with y'all. If you in the state, I can only speak for the state of the metro parts of Georgia. I don't know what's going on in other states. You know what I mean? Or how y'all have to comment in y'all state, New York, Cali, all the rest of y'all 49 other states, to let us know. What she said, the Maduro is a brutal and illegitimate dictator. Not change the fact that his action was both unlawful and unwise. We've seen this movie before. Exactly. We have seen this movie. We've been seeing this movie for a long fucking time. Matter of fact, we've been seeing this type of shit ever since Israel fucked up JFK. But nobody wants to keep speaking on Israel. Nobody likes to. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody. I've seen a lot of people talk about Israel. But like I said, bro, Israel's part of this little fucking bombing shit too, bro. All of them are in bed together. And the funny part about what Kamala is saying is, and I'm gonna finish reading this, but the funny part about what she's saying is this, and this is probably why another reason they won't let her ass in. That's why I say president are not elected, they're selected. She wasn't gonna do this, and that's what they wanted. Like, y'all gotta keep it real. She wasn't gonna do this. It's not like she wasn't gonna do this unless they really, really made her. But she wouldn't probably been the ones calling the calls. That's why her and Biden win case. Like, she don't, like, if you read, I haven't read her book all the way, but I've heard certain parts of her book about her and Biden not getting along and shit like that. Mind you, this is the person that lied to you about Biden, said that he was supposed to be well and shit. When we seen Biden falling the fuck over, about to goddamn literally pass the fuck out, like kill his damn self, just going up the stairs on a plane. So can you really trust her words? Because she lied to us before. They always lying. And that's the part I be telling with about these fucking lame ass celebrities who be trying to get on here acting like, give this woman a chance, bro. If you lying to me, the fuck I gotta, like, what am I giving you a chance for? And then second of all, a lot of y'all niggas don't do y'all motherfucking history, bro. Y'all don't go, not even history, y'all don't do y'all research. Y'all just pay attention to the news and just follow along with the certain shit, bro. But it's a whole bunch of other shit that goes on behind closed doors. We seen this movie before, wars for region change or oil that are sold as shrimp but turn into Chio, and the American family paid a price. I don't know if we're gonna pay the price for this shit. I wish I could read the rest of this shit. I don't know why this shit so fucking like it's big up like this, but I don't know if we're gonna pay the price for this shit. We could. You never know. We've been paying the price for they bullshit too. All the shit the Democrats did before they got in, like, I'm not taking a side for none. Y'all know I don't fuck with neither side, bro. I just speaking of what I know. I wish my brother CJ was on here a lot more with me so I could rebut off this motherfucker, because he's just as intelligent with this shit as I am. But let's get on to this. I'm gonna see what Fox News is talking about. Which one I want to talk about first, y'all? Let's see. Jonathan Trolley, Maduro operation was illegal, but Trump makes it complicated. What ain't illegal in this motherfucker? What don't they do that's not illegal? Trump did 100 things illegal. They always doing something legal, but they ain't gonna tell you that. They're gonna tell you some other shit.
Help your career thrive with a program designed for real-world success.
Learn more at wgu.edu.
Let's bring in now Congressman Brian Mast, Chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Thank you so much for joining us. Your reaction to what we're seeing right now, Nicolás Maduro and his wife about to deboard that plane right here in New York.
Yeah, I would start with a thank you to President Trump, Secretary Rubio, Secretary Hegseth. Limited operation, conducted the mission, took into account all of the risks from what happens next. The most strategic partner for China, for Russia, for Iran, for Cuba, in all of Latin America that was directly operating in our backyard, and you severed that tie. You protected the homeland of the United States. Thank you to the president. Job well done.
Job well done. Chairman, President Trump elaborated on why he was a bit hesitant to inform Congress of the plan. Take a look at this.
If I could add one thing to that.
Let me say something real quick. Yeah. Ain't it illegal for him not to talk to Congress about this shit? I know you supposed to get approval from Congress about this shit, like, before you attack. But that nigga ain't been getting approval of nothing. That's why I say that midterm, bro. If the Democrats come in this bitch, they ain't gonna do nothing but not agree on nothing. Like, this shit gonna get uglier and uglier. By 2027, bro, we all gonna have gray hair.
That Congress has a tendency to leak. This would not be good. If they leaked, General, I think it would have been maybe a very different result. But I have to say, they knew we were coming at some point, you know. We had a lot of ships out there. They sort of knew we were coming. We went there. But Congress will leak, and we don't want leakers.
Chairman, definitely don't want leakers. Do you agree with the president that leaking would have compromised this mission and that leaking was, in fact, a big concern here? Do you see it that way?
I know for a fact, I can't give you every detail, that the president is I don't want to say being bashful, he's being kind with his words right now. Very, very specific threats with this operation and very specific threats with previous operations to say it in a way that's more open source for most people. We recognize how there are Democrats around the country in office that are just looking for the opportunity to say, there's an ICE agent. Let's pull off their mask. Let's identify where their home is. Let's point out who their family is so that they can be targeted. That's just a tip of the iceberg example to say there are people in this government, lawmakers, looking to leak. It goes well beyond that in this particular circumstance, but I just use that to be analogous to it. Yes, there was very specific threats for leaking that were thwarted in advance of this operation.
Mr. Chairman, Rich Edson here. Thanks so much for joining us this evening on what an incredible day it's been. Do you get a sense that there is cooperation with the vice president in Venezuela, with the U.S. government right now, that a transition election, that the road forward there is complex or might be smoothed, or what's your sense of what's next?
There's an acknowledgement that everybody in place in the Venezuelan government was complicit with what was going on with Maduro. That is acknowledged, but that doesn't mean that it was more tactically wise to leave a vacuum in place there instead of keeping some people that knew where the keys were, knew how to turn on the lights. If they were willing to say, okay, we can keep the lines of communication open with the United States of America. We can make sure that who we are talking to is the U.S., not Cuba, not China, not Iran, not Russia, again, severing those ties that I spoke about before. And if you have that in place, then we can continue the conversation moving forward. Obviously, there are conversations surrounding Machado and Rodriguez and what will be the future. But I would give this, again, to be analogous. I was a bomb technician. We didn't go charging into minefields. We crawled in very carefully, and that's what's being looked at right here with this transition. Again, by tactical demand that they not go charging into the next partner, but move in very carefully.
Sir, thanks for joining us tonight. We greatly appreciate it. A remarkable news day. I want to ask just if you could extend a little bit on that. What do we know about transition plans? The word run was used, but there wasn't a whole lot of clarity.
You know that the transition, any partner, not to repeat myself, but in part I will, it has to involve severing those ties with China, with Russia, with Iran, with North Korea, with Cuba, and not being the greatest destabilizing factor throughout all of Latin America and South America, but rather becoming what Venezuela could be for the Venezuelan people and for Latin America, which used to be this great hope. It's bringing them back to that place that they can become a great hope. And if we find the right partner to do that, they have a future. If somebody is the wrong partner, they do not have a future.
Congressman, you mentioned you were an EOD tech for which you were awarded the Bronze Star, Purple Heart in Afghanistan. And it makes me think, you know, when we sort of step back at the big picture and look at the disastrous withdrawal in Afghanistan under the Biden administration, and now this unbelievable precision strike in the extraction force that was able to go in to such a difficult situation and pull it off seamlessly, it really paints a picture that is contrasting two different ways. Talk to me about your assessment, someone who has this military experience, about this operation that was carried out and how it compares and contrasts to the previous administration.
Yeah, to say it at a high level, the compare and contrast is this. President Trump has never been the forever war president, right? He conducted a limited strike in Syria in the 45 administration. He laid forth the groundwork to get the United States of America out of Afghanistan under pre-met conditions. And of course, the Biden administration totally screwed that up. Then we move into the 47 administration. President Trump conducts a limited operation in Iran to make sure that no matter what Iran does, they cannot respond to anybody, including the United States, with anything measured in kilotons or megatons. Limited strike, no violation of war powers. And this is the exact same thing. Democrats have total egg on their face from previous operations saying we are going to be in these protracted long war operations that did not take place. Why? Because again, President Trump is not the protracted war president. He is the person that is going in there with any operation saying, number one, what is the mission that has to be accomplished? Number two, in trying to accomplish that mission, what is the risk to U.S. forces or potentially a protracted engagement, which he doesn't want to be in? in. Number three, what is the potential for outcome? Any other risk peripheral to that? What is the future in the days following that? He and his team are calculating every single one of these things. I know to a high level, speaking to Secretary Rubio and others, these are things that they've been thinking about for days, weeks, months. How do they calculate all of those things to do the right thing for defense of the homeland of the United States of America, protection of our forces in an inherently dangerous, extremely dangerous operation, and for the future of the Venezuelan people?
Yeah. Congressman Brian Mast, thank you very much for taking time and getting your insight there.
Well, this shit finna get uglier and more uglier. I don't know, y'all. I keep saying that shit, but y'all tell me how y'all feel about this certain situation. Do you feel like it was justified? Do you feel like what Trump did was justified? Do you believe that the Biden administration, they fucked up on their last thing? Y'all let me know in the chat, man. There go a picture of the president of the Venezuela. Let me see something, man. Let me go to Fox News real quick, man. Let's see what else. I might just play this other video from Fox News from yesterday with the what's this, the one I was looking at? Is that the... Yeah, this it right here. Fuck it. Play this. Global leader picks a side after Trump administration capture.
Hun, you've got this. It's different, but we like different. Now, Aldi is smaller to cut overhead. With less money, that's a good thing. Grass-fed beef sticks.
I love beef sticks. And they're Aldi brand.
So no brand markup.
Who are you? I'm James.
He's James.
Hey, James.
You got the quarter for your cart? Now remember, you'll get that back. Hey, why is Aldi different?
To save us money.
There he is. Roll the window up and get out of the car.
Differences that save you money. It's an Aldi thing.
The world is on notice after President Trump made good on his promise to bring Venezuelan dictator Nicolás Maduro to justice. But not all countries are pleased with the president's actions, with several, including both allies and adversaries, voicing concern. Here with the latest from across the globe is CB Cotton. CB, how are these other countries reacting?
Hey, Tommy. Well, first, I want to point out that at some point tonight, of course, we're going to hope to get word that ousted Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro is behind bars at that federal prison here in New York City. And it's interesting because despite some Venezuelans celebrating what could come next for their country, there are some New York leaders blasting the president about the U.S. military actions that got us to this point. As you probably can expect, New York City's Democratic Socialist Mayor Zohran Mamdani is among them. He wrote on X, quote, unilaterally attacking a sovereign nation is an act of war and a violation of federal and international law. Mamdani also said today that he spoke to Trump by phone to criticize the strikes. He now joins other elected Democrats who've condemned the Trump administration. And our country's adversaries, as you mentioned, predictably have also criticized the American intervention. Russia's foreign ministry even calling Maduro, listen to this, a quote, legitimately elected president. It's such a stark contrast with our U.S. allies like Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who praised President Trump today, saying he took decisive action. Netanyahu said that Trump said of Trump today, quote, I salute your decisive resolve and the brilliant action of your brave soldiers. As we've been talking about, today marked the culmination of a months-long campaign to oust Maduro. And U.S. leaders have been really firm on this for the past several weeks. U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz, even saying last month that the U.S. saw Maduro as an illegitimate dictator. He did not mince words when speaking to the UN Security Council. And Tommy, I also want to mention that we have gotten word that a UN Security Council meeting on the developing situation in Venezuela is set for Monday morning. We know Venezuela, Colombia, and of course our U.S. adversaries, China and Russia, all called for this meeting. So we'll be keeping a close eye on what comes out of this. But definitely along party lines, we're seeing support or opposition to this U.S. military action. We're also seeing this abroad. And it's very ironic because it's the Venezuelans today that we're hearing from that are praising President Trump's actions, finally having some hope for their future.
CB Cotton, indeed. Thank you so much for your reporting.
This shit about as stressful as that. But I hate being nothing dope. I really do. This is just some bullshit.
Hun, you've got this. It's different, but we like different. Now, Aldi is smaller to cut overhead, which saves us money. That's a good thing. Look, grass-fed beef sticks.
I love beef sticks. And they're Aldi brand.
So no brand markup.
Who are you? I'm James.
He's James.
Hey, James.
You got the quarter for your cart? Now remember, you'll get that back. Hey, why is Aldi different?
To save us money.
There he is. Roll the window up and get out of the car.
Differences that save you money. It's an Aldi thing.
For more on this, let's bring in Fox News contributor Kyron Skinner. She's also a senior advisor at the Heritage Foundation and the International Relations Chair at the Pepperdine University School of Public Policy. Kyron, it's no surprise that a number of nations around the world are condemning this action, but a lot of those who are condemning it are also scared that the same kind of thing might happen to their leadership.
You make a strong point.
I don't know, bro. Like, I'm sorry to pause that shit, but do y'all really believe that somebody... Now, the only way I believe that shit is going to really happen is like Russia, China, dumb motherfuckers do some shit like this. I really do. And I don't think they'll be... I honestly don't think they'll be upset if something did happen to Trump, because most of these motherfuckers don't like Trump.
About other nations, they're condemning, but they're also watching, and this took them by surprise. In the last few months, the U.S. has moved the USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier to the Caribbean Sea, other warships. It struck at least 30 boats that were alleged to carry drugs and drug smugglers. There's been a buildup of U.S. military presence in the region. President Trump's language has been unvarnished in his discussions about Maduro, suggesting that he leave voluntarily. Secretary Rubio has talked about off-ramps for Maduro. Maduro didn't listen, but the world now is listening and watching. It understands that the Trump administration actually has a strategic doctrine and knows how to implement it. This was about as flawless a military action as one could have, given the potential danger to Americans and Venezuelans in what was done. And we haven't seen in a long time kinetic action with U.S. success among its strong departments and agencies, the intelligence agencies, DOJ, law enforcement, the Department of War, the Secretary of State's office. This was an integration of U.S. military force that will give the Chinese and the Russians pause going forward. As important as it was for the region, it was important for the rest of the world, especially those hotspots where the U.S. has interest.
Yeah. Obviously, it is one thing to depose a leader like this. It's quite another to move into the country and take over operations of the government, which is what President Trump says the United States is about to do. How do you see that going?
I'm glad you mentioned it, because that also, I think, is in some ways a bigger surprise for many, because as you know, and as most people have heard him say repeatedly, President Trump, he's not about nation building around the world. He sees that as one of the biggest mistakes of the U.S. in the 21st century, especially in Iraq. He campaigned against that conflict. But at the same time, he's making it clear that the Trump doctrine and America First are much more nuanced. It's just not binary opposites. No involvement in a country or full involvement. He's talking about a transitional leadership effort to bring Venezuela back to a democratic nation. And so that's what I think is worth focusing on. There's nuance there and commitment to having a more prosperous and free Western Hemisphere. If the U.S. doesn't go in, and I think this is where the president was extremely precise and clear, the void will be filled by malign actors who are already in place. The military could split, there could be a long civil war, all kinds of actors want to take over that country, but with a steady hand by the U.S., understanding that it's a temporary commitment to leadership until there's an appropriate person in place, there's an opportunity to revive the economy and help the Venezuelan people through the energy sector, which has been really hurt during the Maduro years. I think it will.
Basically, what this bitch is saying, I'm sorry, I ain't even call her that, but basically what she's trying to say is they're going to gentrify the fuck out this motherfucker, bro. They're going to literally, you might see some Trump buildings, you might see the same thing they were doing in Gaza, bro. Like, to restructure that, they're going to have, you got to have money. And then you set up your businesses there. Bro, that's all this shit is, bro. It's about power and control and the new alignments, bro. And they're with AI and all this shit that's being created, bro. They are really trying to set up a new wave and a new control system, bro, that is not going to be beneficial to a lot of citizens.
Will be a temporary but powerful effort.
Yeah, they're only exporting a fraction of the oil that they potentially could. Secretary of State Marco Rubio made it plain that that Nicolás Maduro is no friend of the United States and not even the legitimate leader. Listen.
Nicolás Maduro was indicted in 2020 in the United States. He is not the legitimate president of Venezuela. That's not just us saying it. The first Trump administration, the Biden administration, the second Trump administration, none of those three recognized him. He's not recognized by the European Union and multiple countries around the world. He is a fugitive of American justice with a $50 million reward.
So why is it that so many countries are trying to come to his defense?
$50 million? Ain't that what they tried to get for Chelsea Clinton? Nah, y'all sorry. Y'all, if y'all watch Rush Hour, you know what the fuck I mean, bro. God damn, these people always want some money.
I don't know that they're as much trying to come to his defense, but really trying to say that the United States is violating international law. There's more of a target on the U.S., which is really unfortunate when you look at what's happened to Venezuela, a nation that could be prospering and contributing so much to its own people and to the rest of the world. The fact that there is two U.S. presidents in different parties have understood and supported the indictment of Maduro and his wife suggests that in the United States, there is a clear understanding that he's an illegitimate leader. And many others feel the same way in Latin America as well. So let's give it a few days. I think we're going to hear different global voices coming out supporting the U.S.
So the Venezuela president met with China 5 hours. I believe China, just China. It might have been China and Russia. 5 hours before that shit happened. Bro, all this shit is right here in front of y'all face. You know, half y'all motherfuckers gonna act like y'all don't even see it. And that's why I be trying to tell motherfuckers, y'all be focused on the wrong bullshit, bro. These people literally are doing certain shit to set us up backwards. And y'all probably don't feel like it's gonna affect us or whatever, or how it's gonna affect us. It might not. And see, it depends on the person and the money bracket you in too, bro. It can affect certain people in certain brackets. It can not affect certain people in certain bracket. It just all depends, bro. Like, some people might be happy. A lot of people might be happy about this shit. They pockets might be, you know what? They pockets might be fatter because you gotta think about it, bro. If you invested in all this oil and all this shit, bro, and tech companies and all this shit, and maybe Trump coins and all this shit, that's a big gain for them because the stock's gonna keep going up and the money gonna keep falling and it's gonna make them more money. So a lot of time, but it's gonna affect the poor and damn sure gonna affect the middle class now.
Effort, especially given the success of what's just happened.
Fox News contributor Kyron Skinner, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
What this nigga talking about? Mike Pimple warns against trusting Maduro's Vice P. And I want to know how the fuck Trump take over and the Vice P?
Your work-life balance? It's non-existent. You're never not working. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description.
Joining us now, we're so lucky to have former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Mr. Secretary, how do you think our adversaries such as Russia and China will respond to Maduro's ousting?
Tommy, it's pretty rich to hear the Russians and the Chinese complain about the violation of international law. It's the two of the biggest breakers of international law. The Russians invade all of Europe. The Chinese continue to conduct kinetic activities against the Indians, the Philippines. So we shouldn't take that with any level of seriousness. But I think they also can see now that they've picked the wrong horse, right? They supported Maduro and the Americans came in and just took him out. And I think every dictator in the world now can see that if you're counting on the Russians or the Cubans or the Chinese to protect you, you are on the wrong side of history. Second, I think they can all see now, like, damn, that was a pretty good operation. The Russians tried to take out Zelensky one night and failed miserably. We pull this off with incredible capability, incredible elan. The Russian air defense systems proved totally ineffective against U.S. firepower. And so I think all of those leaders can see that we still have the most capable, amazing military in the world, and we're prepared to use it when American interests are at stake.
Mr. Secretary, you were also the head of the CIA during President Trump's first term in office. They were involved in this operation. What can you tell us about that? And I also want you to turn towards Iran here, because it was just a couple of days ago. I mean, we've had a million events happen in just the past 48 hours. The President Trump drew a pretty strong red line about the protests there.
Yes, there's no doubt the Ayatollah was watching this as well, as would the senior leadership of the Iranian terror forces, the IRGC. They would have seen that when President Trump says, I'm going to be serious about protecting things that matter to America, he absolutely means it. And just like with Operation Midnight Hammer against Iran, he now has gone and taken a narco-terrorist out of Venezuela and brought him to the United States for prosecution. They can certainly see that this is a president that's serious about taking care of the things that matter to the American people. I'd also say the Iranians have both supported and defended Venezuela for an awfully long time. They count on Venezuelan oil and Venezuelan gold going back and forth. During my time as Secretary of State and CI Director, I saw that. And now they're going to do their level best to make sure that the new leadership in Venezuela is no different. And if you ask me, the most important thing that the administration needs to do in the days ahead is make sure we don't end up with Venezuelan generals or Delcy Rodriguez, who is a Chavista through and through. If they end up in control with access to the weaponry and power in Venezuela, the Venezuelan people will not have advanced the important cause that President Trump gave them the opportunity for today.
Yeah, Mr. Secretary, earlier today it was noted that the United States would be running Venezuela. Secretary Rubio addressed how our foreign policy has changed more broadly under President Trump. Take a look.
This is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences. And, you know, if he says he's serious about something, he means it. And this is something that was a direct threat to the national interest of the United States, and the president addressed it. There's a president of peace, by the way. I told you what I just said earlier. This guy had multiple opportunities to find his way somewhere else and figure out another. He could have been living somewhere else right now, very happy. But instead, he wanted to play big boy. And so now, you know, he's got other sets of problems on his hands.
Pretty memorable quote there. Rich kind of touched on this, but do you think the rest of the world was set a message not to mess with the U.S., specifically President Trump, today?
I think that's undoubtedly true. We saw that with him helping the Israelis have their success against both Hezbollah and Hamas and against the Iranian regime. He's now seen this protecting America's interests in Venezuela. We've certainly seen him continue to help get to the so that Ukraine, Kyiv can be defended against Russian aggression. I think undoubtedly what Secretary Rubio said there is true. I think the world knows, and we now have a president who understands both the limitations and uses of American power, but is prepared to use it for things that really do in fact matter.
You mentioned, Mr. Secretary, Delcy Rodriguez, the vice president, and what do you make of the challenge that the administration may have now, specifically Secretary Rubio, who at that press conference said that, he had spoken to Rodriguez and President Trump saying that she was going to be on board. But since then, later this afternoon, Delcy Rodriguez has really blasted, condemning the attack, saying that, the Venezuela will never return to be a colony of another country. It just suggests that things may not go as smoothly as we were led to believe at the press conference.
Well, I'm certainly not privy to the conversations between the administration and Delcy Rodriguez, but I know exactly who Delcy Rodriguez is. She was with Chavez. She was with Maduro. These horses very rarely change their color. I don't expect that she would. Perhaps the military will put pressure on her. Perhaps there are people inside the military who are just done protecting these thugs. They stole 2 elections. We'll see where the military lands. But I can't imagine that someone who was a senior official in the Maduro administration and along with Chavez, so now decades, is someone who is going to deliver peace, freedom, and a good economic outcome for the people of Venezuela. I pray, I always hope as a Christian, we're always looking for conversion.
Right.
But it seems very unlikely
So
to me.
with that said, would you say that there could be a possibility of another operation if she tries to grab power and starts to cause chaos?
Boy, I suppose it's possible. What I really hope is the Venezuelan people will go to the streets and cry foul. They voted for a series of people. I'm happy if they have another free and fair election. If they do, I'm confident that the Chavistas will be voted out there. They've been decimated. I stood on the bridge at the edge of Venezuela inside of Colombia and watched these mothers come across with their young children who were starving. I was in Guyana. I was in the jungles of Brazil watching these refugees flee. The Venezuelan people deserve to have the people they voted for hold office, and that was not the folks that were working for Nicolás Maduro or Nicolás Maduro himself.
Mr. Secretary, President Trump gave us a bit of a history lesson today, explaining that this mission was an extension of the Monroe Doctrine. Take a look.
All of these actions were in gross violation of the core principles of American foreign policy, dating back more than 2 centuries. All the way back, it dated to the Monroe Doctrines. We sort of forgot about it. It was very important, but we forgot about it. We don't forget about it anymore. Under our new national security strategy, American dominance in the Western Hemisphere will never be questioned again.
I think that's true, Secretary Pompeo. What do you make of this, Trump doctrine and his approach to foreign policy? I think there were some Republicans and, of course, many Democrats sounding off on social media all throughout the day, saying this doesn't sound very much like America first, using his own words, or attempting to against him. What do you make of that?
Yes, I think we saw there's the old saying, talk softly and carry a big stick. I think we saw the big stick part of that today. There is no doubt, however, that this is deeply consistent with President Trump's version of America first. I lived it for 4 years, working alongside him and trying to deliver for him and for America. He took American interests at heart, protecting us from narco terrorists that are killing Americans, Russian, Chinese, Iranian influence in Venezuela, the destruction of a once great nation that has the largest proven oil reserves, 300 barrels of crude oil offshore from Venezuela. They have the capacity to deliver really good outcomes for their people. It matters to America that they do. And he put America first by delivering an outcome that gives Venezuela back to its own people. And now the hard work is to make sure that this isn't squandered or thrown away. I pray that he can pull that off. I'm confident that he'll stay at it.
Mike Pompeo, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Tommy.
Boy, this is a whole bunch of bullshit, y'all. My bad, y'all. So look, if you see the goddamn countdown happen again, I had to pause this shit and take a break to go take my daughter to get her hair done, y'all. That's why you see me, like, whatever. My bad, y'all. But look, I'm gonna play one more last video of the news and them explaining it. Then I'm gonna play some. I'm gonna get off this shit, but I'm gonna play some video of some people in Venezuela giving their how they feel. Everybody having mixed feeling. All this shit is crazy. Everybody in their feelings and all their emotions is high. Some people are happy, some people are low, y'all. Y'all know how this shit go when it comes to this shit. But like I said, bro, and like my bro Jared just said with this shit, Bro, history is just repeating itself. When we talk about this shit all the time, history repeats itself over and over again, bro. And it's around the same fucking time. What was the motherfucking name? Bush did it. Bush was fucking up shit and getting all the oil for his fucking family and shit. So we not gonna act like. And then, like I said, and then my homie DeAndre was talking about, everybody want to get mad at Trump, but ain't nobody saying nothing with Bill and Hillary. Obama and Hillary, signed off. Not even Hillary or whatever, but I think she was part of this shit too. But Barack Obama signed off on Gaddafi kill, and he knew that Gaddafi was trying to help black people in America. Now this a motherfucker y'all want to talk about first black president. You could probably say the first gay president. That's what you could say. That one, the goddamn, because that's all he really did was do some laws for the LBGT. Really opened up shit for them. So keep that shit 100 with it when we talking about certain shit, bro. If y'all gonna talk about Trump, like I do, talk about the Democrats and they bullshit too, bro. Keep that shit the same, bro. Y'all be doing some. Y'all want to act like y'all want to speak about the truth. Y'all just want to play one-sided. Don't play one-sided with this shit.
Since 2019, the U.S. and dozens of other nations have refused to recognize Maduro as Venezuela's legitimate president. He's spent the last few months railing against efforts to restore a democratic process in his country, where many blame his socialist policies for Venezuela's deep economic and social crises. For more on Venezuela under Maduro, let's bring in Jorge Gerizati, a Venezuelan native and president of the Economic Inclusion Group. Your thoughts, first of all, when you woke up this morning and heard what the U.S. had done, what was your first reaction?
I woke up the same way that most Venezuelans woke up, which is with happiness, enthusiasm, and finally we have opportunity to rebuild our country. So with a lot of optimism, we can do the things in the right way.
There are millions of Venezuelans who have fled that country, fled the Maduro regime. Do you see those people going back?
Many people will come back because everybody wants to be in their homeland. Everybody wants to be in their country. And even if the people that don't come back, they will want to bring investment to Venezuela. And they have all this knowledge that they acquire outside Venezuela. They want to bring it to Venezuela so we can rebuild our financial system, so we can rebuild our energy system, and that we can rebuild our country. 8 million people have left. This is roughly a third of our population. So it's a drastic change for the future.
You are an economist, first and foremost. Your country, your home country, is one of the richest, I think the richest in the world when it comes to its oil reserves, and yet it has become impoverished over the last 3 decades. Explain why.
Yeah, Venezuela used to be one of the 20th richest countries in the world, imagine, and now it's one of the poorest. We used to produce 3.5 million barrels of oil. We now produce less than 1 million. So how this happened? It's a combination of extreme corruption, extreme mismanagement, and socialist thinking at all levels of governance. They destroyed the private sector, so they collapsed 70% of our economy in 10 years. And they also collapsed the most profitable sector, which is the energy business.
I remember a clip that we ran when Hugo Chavez was still in power there before he died. He's standing in the middle of a square and he's pointing at various businesses around the square and saying, appropriado, 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 meaning the state is going to appropriate your business. We're just going to take it from you. He did that with impunity, and Nicolás Maduro, the same thing in his footsteps. And clearly it has not benefited the Venezuelan people or the economy.
Yes, the Chavez and Maduro, they implemented all the socialist policies that you can imagine. As you mentioned, they did widespread expropriation. So they expropriate thousands of farms, of businesses, and many people, my family members, were expropriated back in the day. So it's something that happened to many Venezuelans. They also imposed currency controls throughout the economy. So nobody could buy dollars freely. They had to go through bureaucrats to do so. They also put production quotas so that your factories have to produce whatever the government tells you. And finally, they put price controls throughout the economy. So they put fixed margins throughout the economy, margins that were below inflation rate, and that way they bankrupt thousands of businesses. It is really the most, I would say, it is the most vivid example of how socialism can destroy an economy and how a formerly rich country became the poorest in the region.
We have just a few seconds left, but given what happened overnight, are you optimistic or maybe a little concerned about what happens next?
Like everything, this is just one first step. There's a lot to be done to rebuild Venezuela. This is one very important step. But what we need in Venezuela is to build a transition government, is to bring very competent people, professional people, people that really know what they're doing on energy, on business, on finance. And if we do that, trust me, we'll have a great country, an ally of the U.S., economic development, and a peacemaking for the region.
We hope you're right about that, and we wish you well in the process. Jorge Gerizati, thank you.
All right, y'all. So look, I ain't even know Venezuela was one of the richest countries in the world before. I don't even remember the time. Maybe I was too young to remember. I gotta do some more research on that. So that's like I didn't know. I didn't know Libya was one. When Gaddafi was got before they and Barack Obama set off that shit to kill Gaddafi. So apparently, America been part of some shit for so long, bro. Like this shit, like we all know this shit goes back and back. And it's crazy how we blame the Republicans for certain shit, but like I've said before, the Democrats been in the fucking office for way longer than the Republicans. Ever since Bush got out, you got Barack that was in there for 2 terms, and then you had Biden that was in there for 1. That's 16 years. Trump had what? We going on maybe 5 now with Trump, because he had 4. Now this is like he coming up on a year. A lot of shit went down with the Democrats that we just running over that nobody want to fucking speak about. Like y'all need to start getting the message out and start talking about your own motherfucking problem. Start acting like y'all don't do shit. That's why I said at the beginning, the Republicans, you can like them, you can dislike them, but one thing they're gonna do, they're gonna put that shit out on Front Street. They put somebody out there and they ain't gonna hide the shit from you. The Democrats, they gonna act like they don't know they doing shit for our country, and they gonna be trying to hide the shit and act like they don't know and all this shit that they doing all this for the benefit of the country and acting like they doing all this to help everybody come together and all that bullshit when they're doing the same bullshit. The same shit, y'all. But I'm gonna get into these videos before I get off this because I'm tired of talking about politics today because this shit is just drainful. Let me play this clip.
Maduro, out! My family's still in Venezuela, and I've been looking forward to this day for so many years. Thank you, President Trump.
I'm so happy because now Venezuela is free.
People have been gathering to celebrate the fall of Nicolás Maduro's regime. Many of the people here told me they fled Venezuela either during Maduro's regime or during that of his predecessor, Hugo Chavez. Behind me, also people chanting. Just a few moments ago, they were chanting, "It's fallen, the regime has fallen." The mood here is absolutely ecstatic.
Fine with this shit, and they're cool with it. And then you have some people.
Libre y soberano. Que viva Venezuela libre, camarada. Que viva Venezuela de los patriotas. La Venezuela revolucionaria. La Venezuela de Chávez y la Venezuela de nuestro hermano presidente Nicolás Maduro Moro, camarada. Y ya que las instituciones internacionales dejen de ser alcahuetes y se hagan un pronunciamiento real. Porque están masacrando a un pueblo que lo que ha querido justicia. Un pueblo que ha luchado por una vivienda digna. Un pueblo que ha ayudado por la alimentación. Cuando nos quitaron todo lo de nuestros hijos. Hoy en día le decimos a esas instituciones internacionales que se pronuncian porque ese gobierno norteamericano no es la policía del mundo y los venezolanos lo vamos a demostrar. Esto no es con un presidente, es con un pueblo digno, camarada, que aquí está presente. ¡Que viva la patria de Bolívar! ¡Que viva!
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I was just reading the subtitles. I ain't understand none of this shit. I'm just playing it. If you can read the subtitles, y'all. But sound like she was pretty fucking upset.
No les interesa ni la libertad ni la democracia. Les interesa nuestro petróleo, les interesa nuestros recursos naturales.
de un acto criminal en la manera en que ha actuado los Estados Unidos y haber penetrado pues el territorio venezolano.
Fue fuerte, pues caían en las montañas que bordean el Fuerte Tiuna, y bueno, fue horrible, fue horrible.
I saw the helicopters, I saw the explosion, the fire going to the sky, disorder, the people run, the people take their cars and go to everywhere. And the people feel scared. We haven't electricity, power, telephone signal, internet. We are in a blackout.
It's crazy to see people go through all this shit, bro. And when we living in a world where it's like all this shit is going on, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, bro, like this shit need a reset. Like we just need to goddamn be washed. I ain't even including my ass. Like we all just need to reset. All be washed away. We need to be reset because this world just is off fucking train right about now.
El pueblo finalmente está libre. El pueblo llora por su libertad. Gracias a los Estados Unidos por liberarnos. ¡Y viva la libertad! Oye, el dictador cayó. Finalmente. Estamos libres, estamos libres. ¡Viva Venezuela libre! Gracias, Dios. Gracias. Oye, el dictador cayó finalmente. Granadito, hermano, esto es real. Estamos libres. Mira, mira cómo está la gente. ¡Viva Venezuela libre! Gracias a Dios, esto es para todos los que aguantaron, se logró. Estamos libres finalmente. Gracias, Donald Trump. ¡Viva la libertad! ¡Viva!
That she said glasses Donald Trump. I understand that. Let's say thank you, Donald Trump. So I understood that part. But look, like I said, everybody has their own, like, that's like even in America. Some people like Trump, some people don't. Everybody got their own feelings and everybody on emotion. Apparently it was some shit that was going down in Venezuela, and apparently their president got voted out, and that motherfucker was a dictator and he ain't fucking leave. And everybody want to talk about the fentanyl and all this shit. Like I said, bro, it is other country with fentanyl and probably more pure fentanyl than what that motherfucker probably got. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so we not gonna act like fentanyl. I bet you, and I promise you, fentanyl still gonna be getting, even it's still gonna be coming in this motherfucker. It probably a shipment coming in right now, y'all. But I'm done with this, man. Y'all leave y'all shit in the comments, man, on how y'all feel about what's going on in this situation. And I'm just praying for all the people in need, and even the people that's, that's happy and sad, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm gonna speak on these two NFL games yesterday, man. So I watched some of this game, but it was just raining like a motherfucker, bro. So this is one of them games. I'm surprised Bryce Young had that much yard in throwing because it was raining like a motherfucker. They was slipping and sliding. I mean, it was slipping and sliding, bro. But Carolina have put themselves in a fucking predicament. The Falcons have to win for them to go to the playoffs. Look, I'm a Falcon fan, but the Saints have been playing good. We at home. We should win this game for the Panthers to go to the fucking playoffs. But an 8-9 team, see, this is just really embarrassing. 8-9 team in the playoffs should not be acceptable. That's just my opinion. Whatever. The NFC South needs to be shaken up, bro, because we really this shit is depressing, dog. Just all this shit, and it's not like I said, it's not a hard division to fucking win each year because usually somebody gonna fuck up and be going on a losing streak. The top teams, they just don't play well at the end. I don't know why. These last few years, it has been coming down to the end of the wire. And don't nobody really want to goddamn act like they really want to win the division. And I just feel like it's other teams out there that have played hard all year and have a winning record that should be able to be in the playoff if you have a losing record. But y'all know how the NFL is. It is what it is. Bryce Young was 24 out of 35 for 266 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Like I said, it was raining yesterday. I remember that goddamn interception. I think he was throwing to Mike Evans. It was like a what was that, in and out route? Or it might have been, in and out route. Or what was it? Out route. It might not have been it might have just been an out route to the sideline, and the cornerback cut it, and he really threw it. So he threw it behind him, and whatever, threw it behind him. Interception. Like I said, good win for the Buccaneers, though. I don't know. Like I said, it was a rainy game, bro. So that was it was just gonna be hard for any team to really get any consistency. The rushing yards is crazy though, because you will want your team in a like bad weather game to really rush the ball. It was a lot of fumble. I mean, like a lot of drop balls. Like, it was crazy out there, bro. McMillan had 4 receptions for 85 yards. Jimmy Horn only had 1 catch. Jimmy Horn is a good ass route running, bro, but I don't know if he's gonna get enough looks because they have a deep wide receiver crew, even though they're not great. Xavier Legette, to me, has drifting down to me. I don't know what's happened to him. He's just not, for him to be drafted as high as he was drafted, he's just not one of them top wide receivers. Maybe he just need another year. I don't know. But he was 3 catches for 22 yards. Tommy Trumbullin had 3 receptions for 38 yards. Jalen Cooker had 6 catches for 47 yards. Baker Mayfield was 16 out of 22 for 203 yards for 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 2 sacks. Bucky Irvin had 26 carry and 85 yards. Nice game. I mean, nice, pretty game. Ricardo White had 7 carries for 23 yards. Let's see what the wide receiver did. Mike Evans was 2 touchdowns, 34 for 34 yards. I wonder if Mike Evans, if they don't go to the playoffs, if he come back. Because Mike Evans, he's been solid for so many years, man. But he did have a lot of injuries. That hamstring was bothering him. He did come back. Emike Obuke had 1 reception for 8 yards. Chris Godwin only had 1 reception for 8 yards. Like I said, it was for these people that even have the catches they had with the rain and how slippery it was, bro. Like I said, that was crazy. Like I told y'all, it was a lot of fumbles. 3 on Carolina side, 2 on Tampa Bay side. They was fumbling shit out that goddamn ball yesterday. And well understood because, like I said, it was a real wet game, man. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't feel like neither one of these fucking teams really deserve to be in the playoff because you have a losing record. But now y'all got to depend on the fucking Falcons, and then the Buccaneers got to depend on the Falcons to lose. So you got Carolina going for the Falcons, and you got the Buccaneers going for the Saints today, y'all. Let's see who wins that game because I'm surely about to get off and go chill and watch that because I am tired as fuck. In the last game, so I was dead ass wrong on this game, y'all. I picked the 49ers, but I did say that the Seattle defense is fucking elite, and they proved me goddamn right with that situation. Even though I didn't pick them to win, that team is now the number 1 overall seed in the NFC, and they actually, bro, like they gonna be tough. That's why I said I don't think the Eagles is gonna make it back because it's gonna be. They got to literally go against that defense. I don't know how that – I hope the Eagles' offense can get the clicking. Ajay Brown, Devontae Smith, and all them boys, Saquon. But I don't know, man. Versus this defense, this is an elite fucking defense. And they might be better than the old defense for when Pete Carroll was there. They might just be just as good, bro. For real, Sam Darnold was 20 out of 26 for 198 yards. Not a great game, but solid. Didn't turn the ball over. 2 sacks. Kenneth Walker III had 16 carries for 97 yards. Not a big scoring high game. Jackson Smith Nagubier had 6 receptions for 84 yards. This dude, bro, I think is gonna be a hell of a player for years to come in the NFL, bro. Like for real, for real. Kenneth Walker III had 4 receptions for 36 yards. Cooper Kupp had 2 receptions for 29 yards, man. Like I said, bro, the Seattle Seahawks, I did not see this. I honestly didn't see Seattle being one of the contenders this year, yo. I did not see this. This motherfucker right here is good as fuck, bro. Nick Mumray, I don't know if I'm saying the last name right, but goddamn it, this dude is a fucking star in the making, bro. Like I said, this defense, bro, is gonna be. They had the Elijah Boom, but this defense right here is just as good. I mean, just as good. Devon Witherspoon had 4 receptions for 3 yards. I mean, four tackles for 3 solos. Drake Thomas had 5 tackles for 2 solos. Man, I can't wait to see them in the playoff, bro. They do get a first round bye, so we won't get to see them until the second week. But I can't wait to see them. Brock Purdy, man, had a little off game this day, man. 19 out of 27. The offense is the best thing on the fucking 49ers, that defense. But even though that defense didn't do so bad today, holding Seattle to 13 points, the offense just did not get it together. Christian McCaffrey only had 8 carries. That cannot happen. That cannot happen at all, bro. They're going to have to find a way to get him the ball more. Even though he had 8 carries and 6 receptions, he's really y'all best player on offense. He had 8 carries for 23 yards. Really couldn't hit on them. Brian Robinson Jr. had 2 carries for 9 yards, 53 yards. Like I said, that defense, Seattle defense was just hitting and playing like lights out. Julian Jenkins, the one motherfuckers do not like, had 4 receptions for 35 yards. George Kittle had 5 receptions for 29 yards. DeMarco Robinson, 3 receptions for 24 yards, y'all. I mean, like I said, man, win some, you lose some. These teams could meet again in the playoffs. And see, when they meet again, it's gonna be in Seattle. And playing in Seattle, especially now, that weather gonna be different, y'all. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be raining or cold out there, bro. And they ain't used to that. San Francisco is not that type of goddamn place at all, as y'all would know. But we gonna see how it turns out. It's not to say that they're not capable to win in Seattle, because they're pretty sure they are if the offense is able to click on all cylinders. If they come out like they did versus this game, it's gonna be a wash easily. And they're gonna have to get this shit together. They're gonna have to go watch the film and get back. This gonna really show what type of coach Kyle Shanahan is. Can he get his offense ready if they have to play Seattle again? I don't know how the rankings is right now with the playoff situation. I guess we'll find out after how everything will line up. But y'all let me know in the chat, man. Any Seattle or San Francisco fan, any Carolina, Tampa fans, y'all let me know in the chat how y'all feel about y'all team going in the playoffs this year, man. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here and go chill and watch the game, man. It's been a wild week, man, for me, man. Like, it's been personal shit going on my side. Who the fuck is texting me? It's been a lot of shit just going on, man. I want everybody to just, keep fighting, man. Like, we going through a lot. Man, if they would have told me this shit was gonna be like this as an adult, I would have tried to stay a kid as long as I fucking tried, bro. Because in my how we grew up, we grew up so fast, and we was really adults as kids. Unfortunately to say, doing adult things that we probably shouldn't have been doing and all that shit. But man, this shit ain't fun, bro. This shit ain't fun at all. And I was talking to this man today, man. I just want to I picked somebody up today, and he was telling me about, he spent the holidays with his mom, you feel me? And I told him I respected that, but he was really upset. Like, he was going through some things, and he was upset at his siblings. and we were just talking about family and just how like how black men in America, bro, like how we are looked at as, you know what I mean, just certain things we go through, and how it's just, man, it's so much pain being a black man in America. It's just pain all, like every time we walk out this door, every time I just feel like it's always something, man. And then we have these siblings that leave us, certain one of us, like, you know what I mean, like we have these siblings that leave. It's always just one. It's sometimes all of us, but sometimes it just be one of us that really be there for our parents. And I just want to say this, bro, you only get one parent. I don't know everybody's relationship with their parents. You only get one mom, and I'm just gonna speak on my situation. I only got one parent. I got a mom. I had a grandmama. I got one mom, and I had one grandmama. That's all. And that was my mom's mom's. Damn. That's all I had, bro. When it come down to family, bro, and shit like that, like, bro, like, and I don't even want to say family. Like, I've created my own family, and they're not always, like, they're not blood, but they're family. Blood related people, bro, ain't always gonna be there for you, bro. And you would think it would be different, but in our community, bro, we have been literally fucked up from the beginning. We getting worse as it is, bro. We don't spend no time together. We don't check on each other. We cross each other. We'll cross our own people. And I say this shit all the time, man. All the time. How we do each other. You don't know who you, times are getting hard and you don't know who you might need. So y'all motherfuckers keep crossing each other. You keep crossing your family member. You keep not being there. I'm telling you right now, I ain't even changing my fucking number. I want you to call me because I'm going to gladly cuss you the fuck out and hang up. Gladly. Don't call my phone, bro. I was just telling somebody, telling my mom today, like, man, on my sperm donor side, if it ain't my auntie Chloe, bro, I don't fuck with nobody. And I never will. They bring their dusty ass up here and they don't ask about my kids. And I could say a lot of that about my mom's side too. We not as close as everybody think, bro. Like we cool. Like I'm more close to my mom's side, but we ain't the Cosby in this motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. We not that, bro. Everybody be doing their own fucking thing. Don't nobody really check up on like and I tell, like I said, bro, I'm the one that's there for Eric. Like me and my mom are the one. And shit go down, everybody like we are the ones. And I'm the head of that shit. And I don't it pisses me off that I have to be, because I'm not the only boy on my side of my mama family. And everybody can say what the fuck they want to say. I'm like, look, I do not fucking care some days, bro. At the end of the day, I don't care, because it shit needs to be said, bro. This shit needs to be out. We have to do better as black people to be there, bro, like for each other, and we not, bro. Like, and I don't believe it's gonna ever change, bro, unless you break the cycle with your kids and stuff like that. That's why, man, on my with my kids, they mama side of the family literally are close, so that's where they get their family from. A lot of that shit from. Like when it comes to family, they be on their mom's side of the shit. They stay close with that, and I love that for them. And I literally push that for them. I send them over there. I want them to spend as much time over there to get that family bond, so what they'll understand what a family really is. Because if they was only focused on my side, brother, it'd be so dysfunctional. So motherfucking dysfunctional, bro. Like it shouldn't be like this. That's why I'm so fucked up. Because it's like, bro, yeah, people say they love you, but it should be actions that go with that. And sometimes it ain't always that, bro. Like family, blood related people say the weirdest and meanest thing to you to try to hurt you, bro. Not saying that it's not regular people that do it. And bro, like I'm at the point now, bro, even when it comes to females, dog, I don't even think I'm dating no more this year. I might go celibate this year, because I've dealt with some females and it seems like I'm dealing with the same type again, bro. Falling for the same type, and I don't know. I gotta fix something in me, because I'm sick of this shit, bro. Like I literally can be there for people, be a good person, and then you can really see the real side of the other side of me. And I'm trying to keep that shit from going there, bro. But people like to play victim a lot, and we all going through something. I be in pain all the fucking time, dog. But I don't put my pain on the people. I don't even like telling people my problems. And it was a reason, bro. Like, I have gotten to the point where I can't tell nobody really what I be going through. It's a reason. And I don't need no motherfucking body begging me. I ain't asking you to be Keith Sweat. I don't want nobody begging me to tell you no, because I don't trust you to be there any fucking way. I don't trust to tell people my problem, because people will use your problem against you when the time is come. Like, when they really hurt and they want to hurt your fucking feelings, they will use your karma, they will use your trauma, and they will use what you have told you that might be real vulnerable to you against you. And that sets a lot, especially black men. Words is about the most painful thing you could do to a dude. I've said this a million times. Using our trauma and the stuff that we feel like when we open up to you against us is crazy. I heard, and I seen this video, and it's gonna be probably the last thing I said of the. I don't know if he's a pastor or what, but he was like, black women, treat your husband how you treat your manager. When your manager tell you to come in on work and be on time, you're there. Your manager tell you to goddamn clean up, or you need to do this or do that, you give him no lip back. You gonna do what you gonna do for the money, right? But say this, right? Say your man paying your bills, or say your man is even paying, y'all going 70, 30, 60, 40, right? Even 50, 50, whatever. Why you can't give that man that same respect that you give your manager? And I feel like it's been conditioned that way, because if you even go back to slavery, right? When Big Mama used to go and she used to work for the white man and take care of their family, right? She ain't taught back. She breastfed their kids, because a black woman breastfeeding is the most healthiest thing ever, bro. Do your research on it, especially for premature babies. Especially, but for real, like for all babies, like a black woman breast milk is that shit. Like, that's just facts. But when she come back, she takes all her aggression and anger that she had went through out on her own kind. And that trauma is just trickling down to where it's still like that. It's still like that now. It's just in a different format of mama go. And I've said this shit to so many females. You don't do your man how you be doing your, like, you don't do your manager. How can I say this? You'll do your manager a certain way. You'll talk to your manager a certain type of way, but you'll treat your man and disrespect him and belittle him. Mind you, you might have want to say the shit to your manager, but a lot of y'all ain't got the hearts to, because you know you need that job. But damn, you don't need a man either. And a lot of times, I feel like we don't. I see a lot of women now that's in their 30s that be like, they not having kids. They nieces and nephews are their kids. That's the new thing now. And I get it. Shit expensive. I get it. But let's look at it like this. What if you didn't think about just having kids? What if you thought about having a real family? And you had a man, y'all was providing, and you had a man in the house, y'all was together, and you was thinking about providing, and y'all was having a family, instead of just probably having a kid and becoming a baby mama. Because at the end of the day, even if you just go to the sperm bank, you still need a dude to put that sperm in your eggs. Like, you still need him to go nut and go. You still got to go get the sperm, yo. Or you can just adopt kids. However you feel that you want to make your life, and however, because it's your life. But I just feel like, man, we got to do better as a goddamn culture, man. And the realest thing this guy said to me that I was talking about in the car about this mom thing, he was telling me when he went to the army, he had this talk with his dad, right? And at 19, his dad asked him what he had learned about the world. And he told him, he's like, Dad, it's some bad black people, and then there's some good white people. In these last few days, ever since January 1st, I always knew it was good white people, but the shit that these white, and I hate to say this because like I said, I love black women, but it was two white ladies that really gave me some information, just like some encouragement. And there was one white lady that she was just talking to me about her problems in life, but she really was going through it. And we really don't, we think because we sometimes that, we're a different race that we all go through different things. It's a lot of us that's the different race that go through the same shit. Same income problem, same bill problem, same relationship problem, same shit, bro. Then the other girl, even though she was goddamn high on Molly, she was asking shit like, she was talking to me about her shit. And she was like, why don't you date outside of your race? Because I stopped dating white men. I had to date an Arabian man to make myself happy. You feel me? Like, it's certain shit that I might have to consider. I ain't saying I'm dating the white women, but when it comes to these black women, I keep attracting the same type of bullshit, bro. And as much as I love black women, y'all love different type of shit, bro. And I ain't got time for this shit no more. Y'all love these sorry ass niggas. Cause I was talking to this, like I said, this girl today, and she was like, cause I picked her up, she was like, I was over my boyfriend's house, but he really not my boyfriend. I just call him that, but he's not ready to commit. And yeah, he been fooling around for 3 years. And I'm like, damn, 3 years and shit like that. And I be like, how the fuck a nigga like me, who's always on his shit, got his kids, take care of his kids, feel me? Like, I do so much to become the man I am, right? And I still deal with bullshit when it comes to these females. Mind you, I know sometimes I be like, I don't want to be in a relationship because I already know what type of shit I'm going to deal with when it comes to these females. I really want to see. Sometimes, like I was talking, like sometimes you got to test these females just to see where their mind is at. But man, I'll speak more about it later, man, on another show, bro. I'm gonna get up out of here. This is episode 89, y'all. Like I said earlier, please like, subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate everything, all the comments that has been left, all the views, all the hours people have put in to actually watch my shit and support me, bro. I really do appreciate that shit, yo. You feel me? Like, I've stopped sharing my shit with a lot of people and I just post. I appreciate the shit. If you watch it, you watch it. Please, like I said, subscribe and like. Fucking like. Do you see the little thumbs up? That's how you like, motherfuckers. Like. Click the thumbs up, motherfuckers, up. Episode 89, man. Rest in peace to my brother Q. And before I leave, man, Q was out though. I didn't like that, and they used to always run the last one. The last thing he said, bro, how the fuck you ain't like Dave Chappelle? I was like, what you mean? He was like, you was always around us, bro, and that's all we did was watch Dave Chappelle. I said, shit, that ain't had nothing to do with me. Like, I ain't fuck with that show like that. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. That clip of that motherfucker that I said earlier when he was talking about that cooking shit, but that shit was funny as hell. So that part, the making the band and the R. Kelly part that I like, bro, that shit was funny that Dave Chappelle did. For real. And he been on this shit, but I'm out, man. This episode 89, man. Rest in peace to my brother Q, man. 1.